Greetings, programs. This is Wretch, and welcome back to the Outer Worlds. And here we go, guys. Phineas has been captured by the board, and we are heading to Tartarus, AG-434. Named after its hellish atmosphere, Tartarus is where the board maintains the maximum security penal complex known as the Labyrinth. We went on board the Hope in the last stream and sent it to the rings around Terra 2. And we got to meet, I guess, the fixer for the board, or the power behind the board, who was not particularly happy that we were not treating her with respect, and Phineas got captured, and now we got to go save him. So this is one of those things where we have to make sure that all of our other quests are done. I think we've done everything that we can. Let's do it. Brave new world. You are about to assault the Labyrinth on Tartarus and determine the fate of the Halcyon colony. If there's anything you want to do before you enter the prison, do it now, before you cross the point of no return. Would you like to continue? Yes. Would you like to save? No. Are you sure you wish to continue without saving your progress? Yes. That was kind of ominous.
I am pleased to inform you that we have arrived at the Labyrinth. Please be advised that the punishment for trespassing is execution. Please be advised that electrical storms on the surface of Tartarus make departure impossible at this time.
Hard time. Well, you know anything useful about Tartarus, Ada?
Resident count is as follows: 3,071. Resident deaths, including but not limited to executions, are as follows: 1,684. Resident escapes are as follows: 0. The interior can be chilly. Take a scarf with you, Captain. I would also ask that you leave your captain's ID with me, in the event that you do not return.
You promise not to leave without me, Ada?
I can make the assurance that I will not leave with another captain, unless you do not return within 876,541,652 hours. Oh, speak of the devil. Captain, I am receiving a transmission from the prison's docking authority now.
Attention, unauthorized spacecraft. This is a maximum security installation. Your presence here is an explicit violation of UDL corporate policy. You are hereby confined to your docking platform until a ticket detailing your crimes has been filed and notarized, at which point your vessel will be seized and you will be executed.
What the hell is it with you people and landing violations?
I'm sorry, you people? Did you just cast a generalization on upstanding UDL employees? That's a fine of 200 bits. You're up to 5,708, not including the cost of your execution and the disposal of your remains, which will be assessed posthumously.
Wait a minute. Okay. We're going to try something here. So, when it's basing my stats right now on, I think, who our last companions were. So, I'm going to see if we can leave the ship, go back in with Vicar and Felix, and then jump back and see if our stats change. It's just an experiment, because right now we've got Sam and Ellie as our party. We were going to go ahead and go with Max and Felix anyway. You toss some extra points into Persuade? Yes, I can, because we do have those 10 points that we did not throw in beforehand. I mean, if we're going to do this, we might as well go all the way, you know? Because I know our intimidation is, like, maxed out. Not maxed out, but definitely over 100 with almost all of the social aspects. Because Max is such a smooth talker, and Felix likes bashing people's heads in, despite his jovial manner. So we'll just have to see if my theory is correct. If my theory isn't correct, then no harm, no foul. See, we got 131 freaking Persuade with 70 lie, and 98 intimidation. So let's go ahead and just throw... Should we throw all of our points into Persuade? And just see what happens? That puts us at 141. I forgot, I didn't see what the check was. But... yeah, why not? If there's anything that our captain is good at other than shooting a gun, it's persuading people to not shoot him with their guns. It was 86. That's ironic. Well, before we get 86'd, let's see if this works. And if it doesn't, then we'll just go ahead and shoot our way through. Make a nice, you know, heroic landing and just start opening fire. Because we took the subtle approach on the Hope.
I believe I hear Felix and Parvati discussing the latest Aetherwave serial.
Well, they're about to be potting the newest Aetherwave serial here in just one moment. Yep. Nope. David, please let them shoot their way through.
I am pleased to inform you. Please be
Just gonna skip through this.
I can make... oh.
Attention. You are...
Persuade 86. Hey, how do I know you're a real officer under that helmet? Show me your biometric ID.
All right. I'm feeling generous. I'm transmitting the ID of a productive, law-abiding employee so you can see what one looks like before you die. Anyway, Tartarus Docking Authority signing up. Hang on. Another ship just pulled into your dock. Wait, is that from the Groundbreaker? What the? Pay no mind to that. Just have a pleasant day.
Transmission terminated. Biometric ID received. Transferring data to external cartridge.
What's the Groundbreaker?
How can I be of assistance?
Or something from the Groundbreaker here?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well. Confirmed. Tartarus docking facilities. Here we go. Oh, that looks lovely. That looks like the greenhouse from Grim Fandango. It really does, actually, now that I think about it. Definitely looks like a prison, some sort of holding facility you would see in sci-fi. Like Flash Gordon. It fits the motif. Now we'll get to see what the board and the corporations look like without anyone seeing them. You know what I mean? Like, we've seen the labs and such. This is them with the gloves completely off. Because I have a strong guess that... oh. Yeah, the Groundbreaker's here. You cannot fast travel to this destination. There's some... Oh, Lord, we can go undercover. Well, that's pretty awesome. What's down here? I doubt there's going to be anything of value for us to loot, just because that's really not in the cards now. Other than, like, ammo. Ammo and foodstuffs.
Understood. I'll keep my head down.
Oh. Hello, Sprat. Please don't be chewing on me. Now, this feels like a proper prison break. Getting all Shawshank Redemption. And this is going to take us where? Ooh. Okay, bid cartridges. I guess we'll take stuff. As long as you come out clean on the other side. Mm-hmm. And it defrain. Adreno. Well, speaking of the other side, I think that's literally what we just did.
The captain did right by us once. Now it's our turn.
What the?
The board will never own Groundbreaker.
Oh!
Not while ours.
It's a rebellion.
Come on, Mardak.
All right, we're doing this. It's revolution time. You got your wish, David. Woo. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That thing had some oomph to it. I didn't realize what was going on. I was getting force lightninged, and it tickled a little bit. Okay. Well, we know that the Groundbreaker is going to assist us, so there's really no reason in being subtle. Yeah, that's not how I saw it. I was just like, ow. Ow. I did kind of run ahead, though. We're probably away from the Groundbreaker reinforcements. So we will try that again. The hat needs to be safe. Yes, that is the prime. That's the prime concern. Hey, you know, headwear-based priorities, it's a lot better than other people that I've seen, so no worries. I'll allow it. I guess it is time to run and gun. Basically what we need is Junlei with the group. That could be a problem.
The captain did right by us once. The board will never own Groundbreaker. Not while I breathe. Push on, Mardak.
Okay. Where's the electro guy?
Shit!
Okay, we're good. Oh, we got one more?
Still got it!
Oh, that's Max. Okay, please tell me.
Can't let you take all the glory here, bounty hunter.
All I ask is that Junlei isn't Ani. $20 donation to Extra Life. Thank you so much. Awesome. Did not expect that. A slice of fried gold. That puts us at $1,675, guys. How about the kitties? Okay, this is where they came out, right?
Impressive as always.
Oh, hello there. Mr. Sight. Well, I guess you can still get some weapons, just in case you find a work table or something. And I don't see any more corpses of people we know. Got some legs over here. I just don't want to have to explain that to Parvati. Like, hey, so your girlfriend decided to be heroic and got herself plastered all over the place. I assume that's probably what happened. Looks like we have a computer here. Locker room, security blade ultra. Well, one thing's for sure, these guys are definitely going to be having some potent
You're a deft hand with a mag pick.
potent weaponry at their disposal, so okay, that computer is out of order.
Wow! How'd you do that?
We are leaving no... oh, hello. Heavy machine gun 2. Have I seen heavy machine gun 2? Oh. That's nice. Though, to be honest, I like Finn's force. And we got the mind control ray currently on max. Found ourselves a wide-brimmed cowboy hat. Handguns +5. Guys. I hate to put away the explorer's hat for right now. But that is exactly... I think we found our hat. The music has definitely taken a turn. Gotta drop down. We'll have to see what it looks like once we get this disguise off of us. Adrenos. A list of passwords for something called a RAM. There are 3 columns, but only one is legible. The rest have been scratched out. Today's password for the column is 1 Akande. Good. Okay, I did see some other pieces. I'm being a little bit sloppy with the loot in here, guys. Hey, Hopsvy, how you doing? Let's drop down here. Oh, look at that. We're not even in the main complex. Alright, you guys go ahead and hold the fort.
Wonder how long we'd last out on the surface?
Entering the labyrinth's the easy part. Making it back out. I'm still trusting your plan on that one, Captain.
So, what do we look like now? Black hat. You know what? Explorer's hat looks cooler. Also gives us +1 to perception.
Lead the way, boss.
Holy...
I got your back.
Wow. Okay, well, if we do decide to take the flat-out bang-bang approach, this is certainly going to be quite the firefight. Doesn't look like we can head that way. Let's check the map. Cool, calm, and collected for right now. Reminds me of that Indiana Jones. Actually, with the trains, it's the train yard in BTM Bloodlines. Oh, careful.
Stay in sight. I can feel it.
Oh, crap. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! Got it in one, friends. So just a lot of different pathways we could have taken. If we had dropped just right into the middle of a bunch of guards, how tragic would that have been? Good place to stop. Hilariously tragic. The best kind of tragic. I might keep that heavy machine gun too, just in case. And that wide brim hat might be better for Taster's Choice. Or Spacer's Choice, not Taster's Choice. It's a real coffee company. Okay. Junk is sold. Keep in mind, we still have to keep the ship flying after we get Wells out of here, so... Transition to the pit. Seems like a good place to go ahead and save our game. And we'll see what fresh hell awaits us down there. That already exists. Pre-fabricated living. At my work, I work at a museum. There was an exhibition of tiny homes that were going to be used to create communities for homeless people to start kind of getting back on their feet. And that's what it is. It's basically just kind of, it's not necessarily prefab housing. It's not like a mobile home. But they are like really small, very easy to set up and build. Why would you expect Tartarus to be hellish? Just a thought. Okay, we got rings here. An elevator this way. That is what I want to see. Pod in, Hague, S. Reason, possession of anti-UDL communications. In duration 17. Out, William T. Inciting violence. Solitary confinement. Note from your favorite warden. Please do not leave perishables in here. We mark this as a cold storage because we're starting to move pods in here. This is not an actual freezer. The next time I find a decomposing woolly box cow in here, I'm leaving it on the air conditioning intake for a week. Access storage. In, dimethyl sulfoxide canisters. Out, straitjackets and riot batons. Out, ballistic vets. In, hibernation chamber. Forced pacification system refills, hibernation chamber, material storage, and shipping containers. They're going to turn this prison into a warehouse Structural changes needed to accommodate hibernation chambers in the Labyrinth facility. Analysis from engineers Rotfield, Crane, and Geist. Beginning with the requirement that every chamber receive a constant supply of, at minimum, 34 kilowatts, and that occupants of these chambers be injected with a steady supply of UDL's patented Vito hibernation fluid, and this run-on sentence carries on for 12 pages before finally concluding. And thus, in order to maintain structural integrity throughout the area designated the pit, we recommend that chambers are installed in cylindrical fashion around a supportive structure dug into the crust of Tartarus, to a maximum depth of... Okay. I kind of want to see what's in there, though. Ah, it's too late. There's a computer. I love hacking computers. Oh. Oh dear. Our,
Let's go, troops. Stellar base counting on us.
Zora?
No, taking cover!
Oh, the iconoclasts are here. Alright, well, this has escalated.
Blast them!
Well, I guess we could head back down.
Here we go!
Down you go. I know, we got so many friends. Alright, well, we still got some shooting going on. What's going on here, guys? Give me a status report. Zora? I hope Zora's okay. I hope we don't find her as... Wait. Aw. These are all technicians. We should be fine. That escalated very quickly. I'm gonna go check that lab again. Or that area downstairs.
Nice one, Captain. Let's
Whew.
take him down.
Let's go. Oh, you survived that. Holy crap. How? Melody. Okay. There's someone named Melody here who doesn't seem to care that we're here. Maybe we need to get out of combat first.
Done. We are victorious.
Alright, is that everyone? Let's keep it going. Hi.
I'm working as fast as I can, all right? If y'all would quit bothering me, I'd get this done sooner.
And who are you?
Is that a joke? Y'all call me out to fix the FPS and now you're asking me who I am?
I don't know what an FPS is.
Forced pacification system. If the prisoners riot, we gas them. It went a little haywire after the last deployment, so here I am. Anyway, I need to finish this, so get out of here, will you? What?
Okay. By using UDL's patented forced pacification system, you're agreeing to the following terms and conditions. UDL is not responsible for harm caused by this to any personnel, nor to any non-personnel human resources. This FPS is only to be used in emergency situations. Proper utilization of the FPS will not confer punitive action on its user, even in the event of injuries. As the system utilizes a powerful steam-based delivery mechanism, please alert your nearest mechanical engineer that the system's valves need replacing after every use. Deliver gas. Do we want to deliver the gas? Because that's just going to deliver it to the people behind the bars. You can't see me now, right? Are you...
What?
Okay. I was wondering if once the... Oh, look, they're just hanging there. Holy crap. Alright. Ooh, whiskey. Oh, maybe it was an option to stop the pew pew, but now we'd actually gas our iconoclast friends, and we don't want to do that. Not just because of the oopsie effect it would do, but also because Zora would hunt us down to the edge of the system. And I do not want that lady angry at me. Okay, we went and saw that lab, we went into the other... I think we're good. Oh, there's a guard we missed. Oh well. Okay, insurgents. We have taken this May von Noy. August von Noy. We got some named mobs here, at least. Let's go say hello to them.
Hey, Cap.
Captain, good to see you.
Oh yeah, those are the two guys that the two folks that we saved outside the printing facility, I believe. Okay. Because we kind of got a little bit of a what Graham was all about via that. Now, I'm curious, where does this go? Never mind. We don't know. We will never know. I literally want to get overburdened with nothing but money. Like bits. That would be amazing. Just want to get a bit of a look-see. So what... Yowza. Is this another way back up if we wanted to grab it? Flamethrower 2.0? No, it's just a series of walkways. Taking us from one place to the other. Hello? Aw. The railings are there for your protection. Well, tell me we can at least jump out here. Come on. Boo. Alright. For the sneak inclined. That's one of the interesting things. I mean, there's so many different paths in this game that you can take. It's awesome. And we could have taken all of these paths too had we wanted. I'm not going to risk that fall. Like, we could have been all stealthy and watched the iconoclasts, ow. See them clear the room. Oh, they murdered every NPC? That doesn't surprise me. Okay. Is there any way that direction? There is, but... Trust me, this is for the best.
Here we go.
I'm going to assume you didn't feel that. Like, I could sneak by you, but I don't want to get attacked and know that you're just going to sneak up behind me, so I'm just doing it before you do. Hey, Derek, how you doing?
Wait for this!
They're fine. People are dead now. Just getting ready for the ELU. It's exciting times. All right. Here we go. Howdy.
You're not worth the paperwork.
That was fun.
Ah. Oh, that was the N-rays still doing their damage. I'd like to think we'd find like some sort of high-tech Ark of the Covenant here. Got your game face on? Let me see your war face, sir. You got a war face? Ah, that's a war face. Now let me see your war face. Ah! What's your first game today? Door status sealed. Unsealed door. Oh, hello there.
Well, look who it is. I'll be damned. I was prepping the studio for our announcement, and here you are as a bonus. And I see you've brought the kid along. Babysitters may be expensive, but they're worth it, you know.
Yeah, keep talking, pal. I'll just keep thinking of a place to bury your body.
And the convict. The vicar. You know, most people, once they're out of prison, don't seem keen on returning.
Oh, I would go anywhere to see you fall, sir.
When you go off and get yourself shot, try to avoid taking one to the face. I'll want it recognizable to show to my citizens.
Chairman Rockwell, I presume.
My word! You've correctly identified the most recognizable man in the colony. Remarkable. It's a wonder what Phineas saw in you. Then again, he's an insane person. Thankfully, he's our insane person now. A proper company man.
Please. Phineas would rather die than cooperate.
Yes, he is an extraordinarily obstinate fellow, isn't he? Fine, he isn't working for us per se. Semantics, he'll come around. But that's between us. As far as my adoring citizens will know,
515.
we've turned a dangerous crackpot into a working-class man. It's a miracle.
That crackpot is saving the frozen colonists you gave up on.
Oh yes, go on, wake them up, add more mouths to feed. That'll solve our starvation problems. I don't know what half-baked plans that simpleton in a lab coat has been leading you through, but it's done. It's over. Let me ask you something, Captain. Have you at any point thought about not fucking up our entire society?
I believe we could ask you the same.
I'm making actual progress towards stabilization and recovery. You're just getting in the way.
You know, you'd prefer to keep riding this downward spiral? I can fix this place.
If I and my people can ride it out in luxury and happiness, yes. Yes, I would. I don't know if you've noticed, Captain, but Halcyon's pretty much a lost cause.
Ooh. I'm gonna get your administration's cooperation, one way or another.
You are a captain of action. I'll give you that. Look, I'm not an unreasonable man. If you manage to storm the castle, as it were, and make it out of here with Phineas alive, I can't exactly afford more havoc than you've already caused. Fine. If you survive, you'll need someone to sell the rest of the board on your plan.
Are you out of your mind? Rockwell's the biggest monster in Halcyon. You got any idea how many lives he's destroyed? How many people he's hurt? I've had enough. You even think about cooperating with this animal? And you and I are finished.
Wow. Yeah, it's one of those things. We're starting out fresh. The past is, speaking of Demolition Man, the past is over, John. Time for something new and improved. Whoa, okay. Your loyalty's worth more than Rockwell's subservience, Felix. You know that. We need 100 inspiration and 100 determination. Wow.
You're damn right it is.
If you're gonna place more faith on this brat than the chairman of the fucking colony, then there's no hope for you. Go get yourself killed.
I'm confuzzled. I know, I'm confuzzled.
Oh, that's the last of him.
Yeah, we're not allowing people to be monsters and then live in this brave new world. I know that's a trope, but it's a good trope. Does that mean I win now? As a reminder to Labyrinth employees, does that mean I rule stuff now? Cameras. Jim, I'm trying to get straight with Akande's orders. Only a few things more from my end, but I don't know what she'll do about cameras. She says security footage ain't enough. They want proper reels? What's going on? She's bringing in a VIP for internment. Security's ramping up too. Sorry for the inconvenience, it's a fine mess down here. Said something about recording an announcement. They're all overly excited, it's hush-hush, but I guess this VIP's been on the run for a while. I bet the engineers have a few cameras. I'll see if I can track some down. Jim, appreciate it. You know her. We miss a check on this list, it's our heads. You have no idea how tough it was getting a fucking green tarp. W. That sounds like, wait, was it Norman? No, Chairman Rockwell. What was Rockwell's first name? Was it Jim? Or W? Because it sounds like they're both afraid of, an assortment of adhesive notes. It appears whoever works here uses adhesive notes to stay organized. A couple of more intelligible notes. Rockwell visits due. Confiscate badges, done. Reprint badges, pending. Change maintenance locks, pending new locks. Order new locks, done. Reevaluate lockdown procedure. Update docking authority with new lockdown procedure. Intake bet over under weekly. Bottles 5, 621, weapons 4. Norman. No, that's not Norman. Good painter though. Are we on the... Ah, we're on the other side. Interesting. And we've got... Hanks over there. I'm not particularly interested. I didn't expect to see Rockwell in the middle of all this, but... Corporate technicians.
All right, MSI. I'm not one for rousing speeches, but the captain...
Holy crap, Sanjar's in on this.
So, get in there and fight!
Work, Captain.
Let's dance!
That's awesome. Yeah, that was a fine speech. It's an MSI trooper. You guys are good? Oh, Lord. We good?
Waste of company ammo.
All MSI troopers? Okay, we have cleared the path. Kind of glad we kept Sanjar around.
For Monarch!
Now where do we go? Ooh, the Central. My MMO experience tells me this is going to lead somewhere important because it's in the middle of the spire.
You, ain't feeling jittery, are you? 'Cause I'm not.
Everything in my life has been leading up to this point. I believe I am ready for this.
That was... Oh.
Captain, you have an uncanny talent for complicating my life.
There's Phineas.
You've disrupted the balance of power. You've upset the natural order of things. You've introduced uncertainty, and there is nothing I despise more than uncertainty.
You know, you sure do love talking. They pay you by the word?
Typical. Running your mouth in the middle of a crisis. It's almost as if you delight in chaos. My reports described you as one of Halcyon's sharpest minds. I can't imagine why you'd do something so irrational. I should have dealt with you a long time ago. You were always too dangerous to leave unchecked.
Can we hurry it along, Sophia? I've got a colony to save.
Leaving you alive was my greatest mistake, but it is a mistake I intend to correct. I have Dr. Wells in my custody. Once I've secured his cooperation, I can move forward with the program. I can repair the damage you've done. I can set things right.
Yeah, this is the power behind the throne right here. You don't need to test me, Sophia. It's bad for your health.
I'm aware of your propensity for violence. Halcyon is a bloodier place because of you. I wish you'd simply cooperated with me. You're the finest marksman in Halcyon. You could have been my gun.
I'm rescuing Phineas. I'm going through you if I have to.
I had a feeling you'd say that. This prison is equipped with an automechanical warden. I've had it programmed to eliminate you on sight and rinse your remains down a drain. And don't worry. I will inform Dr. Wells that you died heroically, or something.
Oh. Hello there, shield-bearing robot. I guess this is a nice little... You know, and I'm sure that we could probably talk to these folk The thing about it is, though, I don't feel compelled to cooperate with people who allow this kind of stuff to go down. Ooh. Watch, it's going to lead to a computer and we can just short it out.
You're an artist, Captain.
Come on, I hope that's the case. Tell me that's the case.
Nicely done.
Haha. Riot Automechanical is online. UDL is not responsible for lethal force dispensed by the RAM unit. If the automechanicals in this area need maintenance or updated security protocol, please consult your nearest security engineer. Designate access RAM override menu. Damage to the RAM unit or Labyrinth personnel as a result of its security or safety overrides will be marked against employee error who is currently logged in. Activate weapon safeties or attempt RAM shutdown sequence. The RAM unit is in suppression mode. 3-part authentication is required. In the event of a critical malfunction to the RAM's unit main system's partial authentication may be accepted. To protect the RAM unit from any unauthorized access, administrators may only bypass 2 of these passwords. Akande. Password accepted. Please enter the second password. Hack 100. Please enter the third password. Hack 100. RAM shutdown sequence initiated. Oh, Akande. Looks like your warden had a bit of an accident there. Well, that's alright. I'll come to see you. Let's go pay a visit, shall we? What a nice location to have an interrogation room.
Why won't you joke? Rico.
Everyone all right?
I'm sorry. Were you trying to say something? You can't really do so without your head now, can you?
Get me out of here.
The chairman's key. Yeah, you hold on there 1 second, Phineas. I gotta peruse the place first. Think she was doing that already, Dama.
You don't know how glad I am to see you. You did the right thing. Akande was a monster. Her death was much deserved, and long overdue. And you lunatic, you broke into the board's own fortress just to rescue one doddering old man. You are absolutely out of your mind, and I can't begin to thank you enough.
You alright? They do anything to you?
I'm all right, thanks to you. Akande wanted my cooperation. I'm quite sure she would have beaten it out of me if you hadn't arrived. You've broken the board's stranglehold on this colony, and you saved my life. But there's still so much we have yet to accomplish. You and I are going to have to work harder than ever to save Halcyon. I'm afraid the situation is far worse than any of us ever anticipated.
I don't like the sound of that, Phineas.
Earth has gone dark. We haven't received a single message in 3 years. There's been no communication, no signals, nothing. 2 years ago, the Earth's Directorate's frigate disappeared on their way back to Earth. We don't know what they discovered when they arrived, or if they arrived at all.
Hold on, Doc. Are you telling me the Earth went dark 3 years ago, and the board's just been covering this up?
They've been incredibly effective at concealing the truth. Right now, the only people in the colony who know are standing in this room.
Earth is only an idea to us. But that idea is the bedrock the colony is built upon. If people were to find out it's gone dark, the shock could be too much to bear.
I don't want to imagine what'll happen once news gets out. Let's just keep this between us for now. We're in serious trouble, my friend. Do you know what this means for Halcyon? We can't rely on Earth for support anymore. We've been cut loose. We're entirely on our own.
Wait, hold on. I need to ask you something.
Yes, certainly. I'll help however I can.
So what do you think happened?
I don't know what happened, but something must have gone horribly wrong. I don't know why Earth's gone silent. I don't even know if Earth exists anymore. We have no connection back to Earth, and return is likely impossible. We're completely alone out here.
Hey, Alice. So how do you know all this, Phineas?
I heard it from Akande herself. She tried to pressure me into joining her side, you see. Tried to make me realize that all hope is lost, and that we are alone. She was half right. We are alone, and we're going to have to fend for ourselves, because there's no telling what's happened to Earth.
You mentioned something about a frigate disappearing?
You might have heard of the Earth Directorate's frigate. Half the colony's entire military was on that ship. They were returning to Earth when they vanished without a trace. That was 2 years ago. We haven't heard a word from them since. Whatever happened to Earth likely happened to them.
And you said there haven't been any new messages from Earth at all.
Yes, Akande mentioned as much. Earth hasn't sent us a single message in 3 years. No one knows why. Akande had kept the truth to herself, perhaps with good reason. Can you imagine what would have happened if word got out? We'd have utter pandemonium.
So we had all the pieces to this puzzle via other missions. Chartrend is trying to contact Earth. The corporation was like, no. No. And she never got an answer. And we did find out that ship was gone. So the puzzle, we had the pieces together. We just didn't know what the picture actually was. There's something else. I know about the other colonist, Phineas. Wait, actually. Oh, we can add... Relay station near Scylla hasn't picked up any unencrypted messages in 3 years.
Yes, you were the one who reactivated that relay station, weren't you? Any message from Earth would have arrived unencrypted. It's been 3 years since our last message. The board tried using drones to contact Earth. Every one of those drones sent back the same encrypted message. Earth is completely silent.
I know about the other colonist, Phineas.
I wasn't trying to hide the truth from you, but after all you've done, I owe you an explanation. Yes, I experimented on the Hope's colonists. Each of my experiments ended in catastrophic failure. Each of my subjects died in agony. You are my first and only success. I didn't tell you about the others because I didn't want to burden you. My failures are my own to bear, not yours.
Well, better late than never, I guess.
I'm not asking you to forgive me. Law knows I won't forgive myself. But I'm going to try to set things right. My apologies. I need to get a hold of myself. We've far more pressing issues to worry about right now. If you have any more questions, ask me. I'll answer as best I can.
Did you eat any of the colonists, Phineas? No, I don't have any more questions. We got work to do.
Yes, we do. You've done a marvelous thing. You've succeeded where anyone else would have failed, including me. We must begin the revival process immediately, starting with the Hope's brightest minds, and then we're going to fix this damn colony, one problem at a time. We're going to need a leader, and I can't imagine a better person for the job than you. What do you say, old friend? Will you help us?
Ew. What would we want to do? King Wretch. Alright. You can count on me. I'll help you revive the other colonists.
When I revived you, I thought you were going to help me save this colony. I was wrong. I had our roles reversed, you see. You're the one who's going to save us all. I'm just the one who set you on your path. You're the best thing to ever happen to Halcyon. If you want to take it upon yourself to lead this colony, you have my support. We're not a colony any longer, are we? Our last connection to Earth has been severed, and so we have been set free. Our future is uncertain, and no one knows what tomorrow holds. Exciting, isn't it?
Oh, Lord. Lifetime employment program ruined. Chaos on Tartarus. Leaves board in disarray. Anarchists destroy our utopian future.
The OSI teaches that everything in the universe happens according to the grand plan. But the stranger that arrived in Halcyon was an unplanned variable. From the moment he landed in Emerald Vale, his actions altered the course of history. The events on Tartarus brought about the end of the board's authority. But the board's mistakes would haunt the colony for decades to come. The damage they left behind would require the work of a generation to repair. Dr. Phineas Wells began reviving a handful of the Hope's colonists. Engineers, scientists, technicians, and intellectuals. They were among the brightest minds the Earth had ever sent out into the stars. The Hope scientists and engineers woke up in a colony descending headlong into total collapse. With no way to return to Earth, they had no choice but to band together and devote themselves to the cause of saving Halcyon. The people of Halcyon were nothing if not hardy. In the absence of the board's authority, many of the colony's settlements banded together with a single purpose in mind: survival. Life was especially hard in the years to come. Some towns dissolved by attrition and starvation, but most of them found a way to carry on. In the years to come, Halcyon was forced to reckon with its newfound freedom. The board was gone, and for better or worse, the colony was responsible for its own destiny.
Oh, thank you, Left, for that raid.
Between MSI's worker-centric policies and the iconoclast manpower,
hey,
Sanjar and Zora were able to rally many of the Terra 2 townships to their cause. MSI's workforce swelled, and the iconoclasts enjoyed a significant surge in their ranks. The board was too distracted by infighting and internal politics to stop MSI from becoming a powerful corporation and a refuge for townships that might have fallen through the cracks.
Well, thank you, Left. I appreciate it.
Consumed by paranoia, Lilia Hagen took Sublight Salvage in a controversial direction, openly accusing board officials of an extraterrestrial conspiracy. One day, an accident at the Groundbreaker's docking bay silenced her forever.
Ooh.
Time would tell if her replacement could keep the Sublight family together. Adelaide McDevitt replaced Reed Thompson as the leader of Edgewater. She and her followers transformed Edgewater in their image. Anyone loyal to Reed was pressured into leaving town, and those who stayed behind adapted to her way of life.
Hey, Juan.
Adelaide transformed the old cannery into a new garden. The nearby Edgewater Cemetery provided a convenient source of fertilizer. As for Reed Thompson, it was said that he lasted exactly 2 days outside the walls of Edgewater.
Oh.
Years later, a marauder was found in possession of his hat. Under the leadership of Junlei Tennyson, the Groundbreaker held firm against corporate influence. The ship's mechanical stability gave Junlei the time to educate a promising generation of engineers schooled in her family's traditions. The future of the Groundbreaker looks promising. The rediscovery of the Hope and the abandonment of the lifetime employment program forced Byzantium to come to terms with some uncomfortable realities about the state of Halcyon. While Byzantines were reluctant to surrender the luxuries they'd grown accustomed to, the board's diminished authority gave them little choice in the matter. Nearly everyone had to learn to make do with less. Some even had to get jobs. It was a dark time indeed.
So dark.
Your influence shifted Ellie's perspective. She finally admitted, albeit grudgingly, that she just might need other people. Sometimes. With a steady income from the life insurance payouts, she was finally able to afford a ship of her own. She hired a small crew and flew supply missions to communities on the fringe. Some of them were even legal. Life in Halcyon was sobering for Felix Millstone. The grand revolution he dreamed of never came. There was no great awakening for the colony, no celebrations in the streets. There was only the hard, desperate work of trying to repair a broken colony. Felix never had a head for numbers, but if there was labor to be done, he was there to help. Eventually, Felix realized that the work of a revolution was done with two hands. As much as he enjoyed his adventures aboard the Unreliable, the vicar, known as Max, eventually decided that it was time to move on, to live out the life he had sought so long to create. He knew there were many in the colony who carried burdens much worse than the ones he had struggled with, and he devoted himself to easing their suffering wherever he could. He only ever took up arms again to defend the defenseless. Unshackled from a lifetime of striving and fighting the universe and himself, Vicar Maximilian de Soto was finally at peace.
Get him, Max.
Once the matter with the Hope colonists was resolved, Junlei bashfully asked Parvati if she'd like to join her permanently on the Groundbreaker, and Parvati enthusiastically, if somewhat awkwardly, agreed. The stories of her adventures spread across the colony, and Parvati soon found herself the center of attention. Having served as the engineer of a renowned spacecraft, tramp freighters and wildcat miners sought her out by name, and in no time, she was a fixture in the Groundbreaker's mechanical ecosystem. She and Junlei were never far apart. Nyoka returned to Monarch to take another crack at making a permanent life for herself. She formed the Charon Group, a mercenary outfit of ragtag survivalists and wilderness experts. Anyone in need of a guide, or just looking to throw back a beer and swap stories, could find her camping on the trail or clearing an infestation. The SAM unit that accompanied you spread awareness of the product line's superior sanitation and maintenance capabilities across what was left of the colony. This led to a boost in SAM unit sales. Did you know that SAM units are the longest-lasting, toughest-acting cleaning solution in Halcyon?
Damn right.
Minister Clark was released from house arrest, and his contact with you gave him a sense of renewed purpose and vigor. Once it became clear that no help would be coming from Earth, he threw his considerable efforts and talents into helping Halcyon manage the crisis before it. As for Dr. Phineas Wells, he spent his remaining years in his orbital lab. He eventually came to terms with his own past, and was able to forgive the mistakes of his younger self by devoting his remaining years to serving the colony. In the end, Dr. Wells was able to save every scientist and engineer aboard the Hope.
Nice.
Over the next decade, nearly all of the Hope's remaining colonists were successfully revived. Halcyon saw a period of rapid technological and scientific advancement. Breakthroughs in dietary supplements saved the colony from starvation. Geoengineering projects and social reforms began to change the structure and character of the colony. Dr. Wells laid the groundwork for the project to save the colony, but he would never live to see the fruits of his labor. He passed away a few years later. His work was carried on by the scientists and engineers he revived. Today, Halcyon has stabilized. The people of the colony work hard to adapt to their new circumstances. Nearby colonies send aid and supplies. Life will never be easy in Halcyon, but for the first time in its history, there exists a sense of real, genuine hope about the future. And what about you, the unplanned variable in the history of Halcyon? Long after Wells passed away, you carried on his work with more energy, determination, and brilliance than he could ever muster. The years that followed were hard, but Halcyon survived by the efforts of the Hope's most promising colonists, the greatest of which was you. No one knows what's happened to Earth, and no one knows what the future has in store for Halcyon. All we know for certain is this: the name of the Unreliable and that of its intrepid captain will remain the subject of countless stories for years to come.
You know what? I did not mind that didn't have like a cinema scene or anything to it. I liked it looked like an old kind of serial thing where they would just show the single shots. That was great. Yeah, that really did nicely wrap up everything. I'm glad it's kind of like that Link to the Past where you get to see everyone that you met along the path, at least the big players. I am too. I played this on Extra Life United Game Day, and we got through a good portion of Edgewater, and then I put an end to it. And then kind of decided on a whim that we were going to jump back into this, and I am very glad that we did. This game was awesome. I also do want to thank you guys for tagging along for the ride. Oh. So, was this the same team that did Fallout New Vegas? I know they worked on like a really popular Fallout game. No, thank you, Suzanne. David, I do have an idea about the next game. Let's go ahead and let the credits roll. Give the people their due. Also see if I recognize any of the voice actors. My only real, grumble with the game is I really wish that we had been able to actually fly the Unreliable. Or had, a gunner thing like KOTOR, or something like that. But that's okay. I think if I played it again, I'd go the melee route just to see how different a game that would be. Not sure if New Vegas did have some of the similar wrap-up scenes. Okay. Oh, it is Obsidian. Okay. Speaking of KOTOR. Yeah, that's true. And as you said, Kath, there may be DLC on the way sometime this year. And if so, we may want to jump back into Halcyon system for that. Tabletop surviving characters. Awesome. Well, I don't know if they're going to explain what happened to Earth, but there is that one planet that belonged to the mining company that we didn't go visit. So I think there's definitely a lot of loose threads. Despite the fact how well this game wrapped everything up, there are a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe the Unreliable would head back to Earth and see what happened. See how Earth either evolved or de-evolved, or if there were aliens or not. This is the kind of games where you go back in and do side missions and do other things off the main storyline. No, Daka, there's tons of side quests and stuff that you can do, but it does that thing before you go onto the last mission where it says, hey, you need to take care of everything else you need to take care of. I don't think you can keep playing after the story's over. The other colony has cancerous cows instead of tumorous pigs. I know a lot of people who played this game. I don't know if I've said this yet. I think I have. But just they played the game just a little bit, and I've seen a lot of people actually stop playing when they have to gather up the 10,000 credits for the nav key. They just kind of lose interest. I recommend anyone who may have stopped playing at a certain point, pick it up again. Pick it up again. Because it's definitely worth it. I'd really like it if every so often just a random engine part fell off. Yeah. Especially with how some of the recent Fallout games have had bad raps. This kind of goes back to the basic formula that was established in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. Like the start of Serenity, yeah. What was that? Did you see that? Was that the primary buffer panel? It did seem to reveal... Did the primary buffer panel just fall off my Goram ship for no reason? I'm just saying Parvati's not a miracle worker. She's incredibly good at what she does. But still, we gotta have the ship be a little bit unreliable. From all of Ada's comments, apparently the only really unreliable thing on that ship was the toilet. You looked up the ending screen for the board? It's grim and horrific? Ew. Hey, Rufio! How you doing, boss? Good to see ya. How's your first day of ELU been treating you? It's National Beer Day. Well then. I assume that you could do all kinds of different pathways on all kinds on the planets. Day 1, great. Had fun yesterday at movie night and looking forward to losing a few rounds of game here soon. Yeah, I went ahead and I actually dropped out of Battle of the Grid because I had that and Splendor at the exact same time. And I figured I'd have a better chance at Splendor. Oh, and there we go. 2019 Obsidian Entertainment. Good stuff. Oh, you did too, Rufio? Crazy. Great minds think alike. All right. Well, I do want to thank you guys very much for tuning into this. Let's go ahead and do the outro for YouTube. We'll go ahead and probably play another game after this for a little bit, but thank you guys very much for watching the series. If you haven't followed the Twitch channel, please do so. I try and stream on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, random times in between. And if you're watching the replay of this on YouTube, I have a link to the Twitch channel in the description below, as well as a link to my Extra Life donation page where I'm raising money for my local Children's Miracle Network hospital via the awesome Extra Life charity. So check that out too if you feel inclined. Like, share, subscribe. You guys know the drill there. And we will see you in the next series. Later days, everyone.